And we're getting set for fight time. Johnny Cooper getting ready, along with Kevin Howard. They call him the spoiler because he likes to spoil people's dreams.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the sensational Sands Hotel Casino for this afternoon's main event, which is scheduled for 10 rounds and it's in the welterweight division. This afternoon's main event is being promoted by Helps Boxing Promotions in association with the Sands Hotel and Casino. Is approved and sanctioned by the New Jersey State Athletic Commission. The former heavyweight champion of the world, the Honorable Jersey Joe Walcott Commissioner. Robert W. Lee Deputy Commissioner. The physician in attendance at ringside this afternoon, Dr. Stanley P. Rogers. The judges.
What's that? You want it?
Stewart and Frank.
You do it, okay. We'll pick it right up. Just tell me when to go. That's all.
Seconds, alternate referee Frank Cappuccino. In the ring at this time, the man in charge of the scheduled 10-round welterweight bout, referee Tony Perez.
Oh, then throw it? Okay. So I'll mention that, all right. All right, okay. Okay, all right. What was the thing? Reach, huh? Cooper has the reach. All right, that's it. And we're getting set for a 10-round welterweight bout. As you look at the tail of the tape, Johnny Cooper, 25-year-old out of Philadelphia, with the decisive reach advantage on 21-year-old Philadelphian Kevin Howard. We're set for the introductions. Let's go to the ring and Ed Darian.
And now, boxing fans, introducing the principals for their scheduled 10-round welterweight bout. First, in the red corner, wearing the black trunks with the red trim, he is weighing in at 147 1/4 pounds. This young man hails from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Ladies and gentlemen, here is Johnny Cooper. And his opponent in the blue corner, wearing the blue trunks with the white trim, he is weighing in at an even 150 pounds. He too is from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Boxing fans, here is Kevin, the spoiler, Howard.
And the referee, Tony Perez, getting the two boxers together. In the state of New Jersey, the scoring is on the round system. If the round is even, they go to the 5 points. To break the deadlock, 3 knockdown rule is waived. And the scoring is handled by the referee and the two judges. The judges, Frank Burnett and John Stewart. Kevin Howard in the blue trunks coming right out at Johnny Cooper in the black. Cooper, a converted southpaw, likes to use the left hand. Kevin Howard ranked number 9 by Ring Magazine. As you saw a moment ago, a record of 14-2, 1 draw, 7 by knockout. And as we told you earlier, comes off the stunning upset over Bobby Joe Young in his last bout back in March.
Kevin certainly starting out fast. He doesn't want any doubt about this decision to draw. He's coming out to end it as fast as he can. Slick, fast-moving Kevin. Cooper's held his own so far.
And the history of Kevin Howard is that he has been a very fast starter, at times tendency to fade in the later rounds, but usually keeps the pressure on early. Very fine counter punch.
Well, on NBC in March, we saw him jump all over Bobby Joe Young early and keep up the pressure all the way through to win a clear-cut decision. That win catapulted him right into the welterweight title picture.
Both of Howard's losses, 2 close decisions to Roger Stafford, the man who was scheduled to fight Sugar Ray Leonard. One was a split decision, and in their second bout, Howard knocked Stafford down in the 10th round. Johnny Cooper at 13-7 with 4 draws, 9 knockouts.
Fast, slick boxing action from both fighters. The edge, of course, to Kevin Howard right now, who's a much slicker, much faster, much younger fighter. Cooper trying to solve that speed that he's flicking in and out with. He's coming in, he's coming out, moving beautifully. Ooh, nice right hand.
And Howard looking to follow up with less than a minute left in this first round.
Cooper rocked by that right hand.
So the recovery by Johnny Cooper as Howard goes to the body.
Cooper came back fighting as if to say, well, you tagged me, but I'm back here again.
Good right hand followed by the left by Kevin Howard. Final seconds. Round one scheduled for 10 and a big finish for Kevin Howard.
Number one, you're carrying that left hand low, right? Number two, you got to get off. You got to get off. Don't wait. The minute you get close, let that right hand go. Take a deep breath.
Ladies and gentlemen, this reminder that Peltz Boxing Promotions in association with the Sands Hotel Casino proudly present the USBA Middleweight Championship bout 1 week from today here at the Sands. It'll be challenger
Keep making him circle. Make him use them legs.
The Animal Fletcher.
Okay.
That's 1 week from today, Sunday, June 20th, back here at the Sands. Tickets on sale now here at the box office and at all Ticketron outlets in your area.
Back at Atlantic City, New Jersey, Marv Albert with the fight doctor, Ferdy Pacheco. We're at the Sands Hotel in Atlantic City. This is round two, scheduled for 10. Good opening first round for the man in blue, Kevin Howard.
Sizzling first round for Kevin Howard, who looked like he was on the verge of a quick first round knockout. Solved this thing early. Cooper's corner told him, you're carrying your left too far down and you're not getting off first. And they're right on both counts. He can help it if he can carry his left hand up, but he can't help it about being outspeeded because Kevin is much younger and much faster and apparently a better fighter than John Cooper from what we saw in the first round.
Second time these two have met. They fought to an 8-round draw back in 1979. Cooper did put Howard down. That's the only time that Howard has been knocked down during the course of his career.
Well, we saw Cooper last March on NBC. He's one of these kind of guys, just hangs in there, and fights. So I could see how it would have been a draw, but that was 1979, and I think that Kevin Howard has certainly come a long way.
And we saw Cooper box very effectively against Mike Picchiotti. That was his last bout, March 27th, 10-round decision over Picchiotti, following a controversial loss and draw against Picchiotti.
Great hook by Johnny Cooper just then, who was boxing a little bit better than he did in the first round. He just settled down a little bit.
Hold it, no punches.
And the referee, Tony Perez, quick to break the fighters. Halfway through round two, scheduled for 10, and good action here in the early rounds.
Oh, great uppercut by Cooper. Just caught Kevin on the top of the forehead. That had been under the chin, been in big trouble. Cooper fighting much, much better.
Left hand by Howard, setting Cooper really.
I can really see off March's fight and so far this fight how Howard gave Stafford such a hard time. Now, 2 losses to Roger Stafford is really not a big disaster in a career, but my reports was that one of those Kevin Howard had won.
Stafford rated only behind Thomas Hitman Hearns in a welterweight division that has certainly opened up, what with the eye injury suffered by Sugar Ray Leonard.
It seemed like it was going to be a long tenure for Sugar Ray Leonard, and all of a sudden, things change.
And we'll be back with round 3 in a moment.
Now listen, Coop. You got to get off with this guy. You got to throw that right hand. Take a deep breath. Good, I got this. Take another deep breath. Because this guy gets tired, you know. But you don't wait till he's tired. I want you to go to work now. Open up.
Take a little bit.
Keep them hands up high, up high.
Right.
Double up with that hook.
Wipe my eyes out there. Keep your eyes up on the beach.
And this is round 3. Johnny Cooper coming out to go against Kevin Howard. Freddie, how do you score it thus far?
So far, Kevin Howard has won both opening rounds, but that second one was very close. Cooper settling down after initially getting surprised by a lot of speed and a good right hand that had him rocking at first round.
All right, break. Step back, clean.
These are the tough fights that make you have a successful career and get you to the championship. These are the kind of fights that Cooney should have had before he fought Holmes. This is where you get the experience. When you get in with a tough nut like Cooper, you got to fight for your life to win. If you win, you've learned an awful lot. And that's what Cooney didn't have, and his inexperience cost him.
Good right hand by Howard. That hurt Cooper.
Again, Cooper not keeping up that left hand, just like Nick Belfiore told him, keep that left hand up. That's why he's getting his right hand hit like that. Reaching and desperate right now. That's where you can get killed in a counter attack.
Johnny Cooper taking a combination. Kevin Howard. Cooper went through a down period during the course of his career. He was knocked out by Peter Anzani and Marlon Starling. He comes off the victory over Mike Picchiotti, which he looked very, very impressive. That was on the undercard of the Jeff Chandler, Johnny Carter bantamweight title fight that was telecast here on NBC.
Yeah, he looked so good. That's how he got this shot. 2 winners fighting it out. And that's what boxing should be, the winners fighting the winners.
Bobby doing a good job.
And talking about winners, what a fight with Animal Fletcher next week. Animal Fletcher and Clint Jackson. What a war that's got to be.
That'll be next Sunday on NBC Sports World. Clint Jackson, the 2-time United States Olympian and co-captain of that Olympic team back in 1976, along with Sugar Ray Leonard. And we have seen much of the Animal, Frank Fletcher.
And the Animal is standing right in front of Hagler. Now that Hagler's little picnic with Hearns has fallen through, that's who they want to make. He's got to get past Clint. He's got an eye that cuts. He's got to worry about that. It's going to be interesting. Meanwhile, here, Kevin Howard is busily trying to drop that right hand that's gotten Cooper in trouble in the first round and again in this round. Cooper wild with punches right now.
And so another strong round for Kevin Howard, the 21-year-old out of Philadelphia, who sports a record of 14-2.
What's your body attack? You dancing? What are you doing? I don't want you dancing. I don't want you dancing. Overpower this man. Yeah, overpower this man. You can stay in the center of the ring with this man. I don't want you in the center of the ring with this man. Take a deep breath. You're in perfect shape, man. You're roughing this guy up, Kevin. Overpower this guy. You got the power. I don't want to do. You staying out there boxing him. You don't have to box him. And that's what I mean. You don't have to box him.
Let the man reach at you. He's reaching at you with his chin out, and all you got to reach right over top of that.
You're
hand with
hesitating too
overhand
much.
right.
You're laying too much. You know you're working the body shots, man. Work the body shots. You're throwing the right hand at the head. Your right hand at the head too much. Go to the body with them punches. Uppercuts. You got to get in there.
I got it.
Back in Atlantic City, New Jersey. This is round 4. Kevin Howard in the blue and Johnny Cooper in the black. Johnny Cooper weighed in at 147 1/4 and Howard at 150. That was 1 pound over the limit. And Cooper's camp, not pleased about it, did waive that extra weight. You may recall, Freddie, that Howard came in 2 pounds overweight for his fight against Bobby Joe Young, which led to some anxious moments before that particular match.
Yes, and I think that's carelessness on the part of the corner. There's no reason for that. That is really no reason, because you stand a chance not only to forfeit the fight, but to make him lose that weight, in which case it's a big hassle, and they lose weight and their confidence is sapped and they feel weak. No reason for that. Fighters should be well prepared for the weight.
Take it out.
We are scheduled for 10. These are welterweights. Marv Albert and the fight doctor, Freddie Pacheco, on NBC Sports World. And it has been Kevin Howard's fight to this point.
It has been a fast fight, though. Cooper standing there, trying to look for the combinations that can sap the speed from Kevin Howard. He's been landing body shots, but Kevin, that little baby-faced guy, is right in there like a machine. He's fast. What a baby face on this guy.
Halfway mark, round 4.
Kevin, following his corner's instructions, said, what are you doing in the middle of the ring? Pull him into the ropes. Try to rough him up. As long as he's in the middle of the ring, Cooper's got his chances. When he gets to that rope, that's when Kevin triggers off those fast right hands.
And once again, between rounds in the corner of Johnny Cooper, people telling him, keep your hands up.
Cooper looking for that break that just won't come. Again, that right hand. Kevin with that right hand that's got Cooper's legs getting stiff on him.
Good uppercut by Cooper. And the right hand by Howard.
He's got the range with that right hand. There's no question about it. Cooper is rocked. Kevin's got Cooper where he wants him on the ropes.
But again, Cooper able to recover. He was hammered in the first round, although we have not had any knockdowns to this point.
Cooper's cagey. He has got all that ring experience.
Oh, right hand by Howard. And when we return following this 4th round, we will go to the corner of Johnny Cooper. We'll be right back.
I don't like that.
You can't see nothing but the damn head.
Oh, yeah. I want you to get off. Get off. You don't stay like that. You work with him. You're just as strong as he is. Work with 2 hands on the inside.
Here, honey, John. Work downstairs.
Put it on there. Wait a minute.
Here's that hard right hand landed by Kevin Howard in round 4. A good shot landed by Howard to rock Johnny Cooper. Let's go to the corner of Cooper.
Don't reach. Step in with it.
Oh.
And work with 2 hands to the body.
All right.
You got to hustle more.
All
You're
right.
way behind. Stick, right hand, come back like a hook.
Well, you heard him. He's way behind. You got to hustle more. He's right on both counts. He is way behind. He's lost every round and been in danger of a knockout in 2 of them, in the 1st and 4th.
And this is round 5. Live on NBC Sports World. Johnny Cooper, 25-year-old out of Philadelphia in the black. Kevin Howard, also from Philadelphia, 21 years old, in the blue. Kevin Howard, turning pro back in 1978. Comes off the big upset over Bobby Joe Young, one of this country's highly regarded young welterweight prospect.
And what a confidence builder that was for Kevin Howard. He's fighting like he was the mighty Joe Young here. He's fighting like he owns Cooper. Right hand again.
Howard and Cooper in big trouble. Tremendous recovery by Cooper.
Cooper must have some kind of granite in his chin because he has been rocked. His legs are not working right, though. If Howard presses the attack, it could be all over.
Much time remaining in this 5th round as Howard goes to the body. And the crowd chanting for Kevin Howard. Cooper has excellent balance.
He is trying to recover on the ropes. He's trying to let the cobwebs get out, and he's very crafty in the way he's covered up. It's so far the only defect I see in Kevin Howard is he hasn't stayed back to take advantage of that. He got in close when he should have stayed back and hammered the body and waited for that right hand opening. One more clean right hand, it could be all over.
Less than a minute in this 5th round. We're at the Sands Hotel, Atlantic City, New Jersey. Scheduled for 10, welterweights Johnny Cooper in the black, Kevin Howard in the blue. And again, Cooper, although rocked as he was in rounds 1 and 4, able to recover.
He better get back to the ropes where he can use them to support him. His legs are not going back well. He's all stiff in the legs when he goes back, and that's when the fighter gets knocked out. He's fighting with that upper body strength, but his legs are really shot.
Once again, Johnny Cooper able to last out the round as we come to the conclusion in round 5.
Huh? You're not listening. You're not listening one bit, dude. You gotta get off. You gotta get off. Throw that right hand. You gotta step in with it. Don't reach. You're too far away. Get that ball. Come on, get off. Get off. Don't wait for him. You got faster hands than that. You punch in slow motion. Get off. Stop doing this and work with 2 hands to the body. You could slow him
That big right hand by Kevin Howard that had Cooper in such trouble, right on the button, and you can see his legs buckling. He cannot control his backward movement. Meanwhile, back up in the ring, Kevin Howard has gone right back at it again. He wants to finish it this round. A little over anxious. He should just box it now. He's too anxious for it.
Kevin Howard coming on very strong to open up this 6th round. Let's take a listen to the impact of the blows between these two.
Stop waiting on him!
Minute gone by, round 6. Despite the success that Kevin Howard has had, his corner keeps telling him, you're punching in slow motion.
Again, that right hand landed right flush, and he followed it with a left hook this time. Another left hook. Trouble in Atlantic City for John Cooper.
Now Cooper looking to cover up as Howard goes uppercut, right hand, left hand.
No question about it, John Cooper's been thoroughly outclassed.
You have it as a shutout?
It is a shutout. It is a shutout, and the only amazing thing thus far is that Cooper is still erect, having survived those stumbles right hands.
Now under a minute left in the 6th round. Kevin Howard at 14-2 has only 2 losses, close decisions to Roger Stafford. Won a split decision in the 2nd bout between the two. Howard knocked Stafford down in the 10th and final round.
Many people feeling that Kevin Howard won that. But as it now stands, it has not hurt his career. Oh, Cooper fighting back a little bit.
Good left hand by John Cooper.
Cooper's that kind of veteran that just hangs in there, hangs in there. You think he's going to go, but he hangs in there, and he still has enough to hurt you.
And we approach 10 seconds remaining in the 6th round. We'll be back, round 7, in a moment.
Way behind, Coach, way behind. Got a little scratch there. You gotta get off, you gotta get off.
Yeah.
You're fighting a very dumb fight. Get off, get off. You got faster hands than that, you're not using it. Get off, get off. Jab, jab, right hand. Soon you get close. Come back with that hook. Come on. Get off, get off. Don't wait for him. Stay busy with both hands. You still can pull on the side of the fly. Throw that right hand. You're not throwing it. You got to step in with it.
And this is round 7. Marv Albert with the fight doctor, Ferdy Pacheco, Kevin Howard in the blue, and Johnny Cooper in the black. It has been decisive for Kevin Howard. We have him winning all 6 rounds. Johnny Cooper was told in his corner, "You're fighting a dumb fight."
You know, that's the kind of thing that you don't want to hear from the corner unless you're going to explain what he's got to do different. I mean, you know, forget the criticism, give me the advice.
Point out why a dumb fight.
And what can he do about it? As we saw last March, he's this kind of a fighter that just hangs in there, hangs in there. He can explode in any round. Just when you think he's getting tired, then he comes back again. It's very frustrating. Must be very frustrating for Kevin Howard, who I'm sure thought he had victory right in his hands as he started this fight.
Good left hand by Cooper. And as mentioned at the start, Kevin Howard, a very fast starter, has in the past had a tendency to fade in the later rounds. So if Cooper is able to hang on, let's see if stamina will play a role.
Right now he's going to school with his old veteran. He's not that much older than he is, but he sure is fighting like an old veteran. There's a little puffiness under the right eye of Howard. Not much, but he's been getting hit hooks there. What's amazing is that Cooper is not marked up or swollen at all. He has been getting a tattoo of punches on his face. Good punches by Cooper. This may be his best round so far.
number 9 by Ring Magazine, has been all over Johnny Cooper.
Again, good punching, crisp, sharp punching by Johnny Cooper, which comes as a surprise after the belaboring he's been taking. You wouldn't think he could be that crisp and that sharp. Cooper's much best round thus far.
And that will wrap it for the 7th round. And in just a moment, we'll be back. Oh, good right hand, and Cooper is down.
2, 3,
Time running out of the round.
4, 5.
Johnny Cooper put down by Kevin Howard. That's the first knockdown of the bout of the bell, saving the fighter.
Let's listen.
Come on.
Just when Cooper was going toward his first round that he won, he got nailed with seconds to go.
Take a deep breath.
ice on his back.
Deep breath, huh?
Put the ice on his back.
Yeah.
All right, here's another look. Final seconds, round 7. Again, the right hand by Howard. And Cooper goes down for the first time.
They're doing remarkably little for him in the corner. Tony Perez came over and said, "You all right?" Cooper said, "Fine." He certainly is a cool customer. Not that much work done on him.
And here is Kevin Howard very quickly out. Cooper was very slow in getting up off the stool. Howard looking to put Cooper away, trying to take advantage that Cooper's still a bit stunned from that knockdown at the end of round 7.
His legs just aren't working. It takes him around to get over those kind of things.
Right hand by Cooper getting in.
Kevin Howard wildly careless at this point. He cannot do that in top competition. He's so careless right now.
This is the opening minute, round 8, scheduled for 10.
Cooper's certainly in danger of a knockout, but the way he's fighting, you couldn't tell it, could you?
He has given the impression that he has settled down.
A little blood trickling from the nose of Kevin Howard, of all people. Nothing wrong with Cooper's opera body. If his legs were as good as his body, he'd be back in shape. That mouse under the eye of Kevin Howard drawing, a little trickle of blood from his nose. In spite of the score, it has not been an easy fight for Howard because he keeps getting hammered in return. And he just can't put this guy away.
You should have hit him on that.
Past midway through this 8th round, Kevin Howard came out accelerating in the direction of Johnny Cooper, looking to take advantage. A right followed by the left, and again Cooper in trouble. Much time left in this 8th round. Howard measuring and looking to connect.
He has a blueprint on that right hand. It just lands whenever Cooper gets careless. Look at Cooper has turned Kevin Howard around and attacked him on the ropes.
And the referee, Tony Perez, breaking the fighter.
Got his performance by John Cooper. Where he gets hurt is when he gets out boxing with him, and then the clean right comes in. Kevin Howard can't finish him on the ropes.
There you see time left in this 8th round. Once again, John Cooper looked to be on the verge of going down, as he did at the end of round 7 with the bell saving him.
And he just got hit just in with the right hand and got in trouble. He's 10 seconds. He may weather it. He will weather it.
So we will go to round 9.
Amazing.
It's amazing.
As good a fight as Marcus Starkus. Right.
What is the pronunciation of these drivers?
I don't know what it is.
Mansell Shore?
That's right. Get off. You're waiting. Throw that right hand. Every chance you get, catch this guy with 1-2. You heard him and you don't follow it up.
One more
You got to follow it up.
One more
Come on.
bout will follow this main event.
Once you start to throw punches, keep throwing. Don't stop. And keep busy. Don't stay there, cover up and let them pound on you. Get off, get off.
And this is round 9. In the blue, it's Kevin Howard. And in the black, Johnny Cooper, and that may well do it. Second time that he's been knocked down. Let's see.
No, he got it in the eye. He got it in the eye again. Thumbed. He got thumbed again.
Tony Perez says continue.
He just complained to the referee. I got thumbed. I can't see out of that eye. But Perez says keep going. Oh, a tough Kevin Howard.
What an exchange with Cooper continuing to hang in. Apparently took the thumb of the eye from Kevin Howard as he was sent to the ropes. He had been put down at the end of round 7. And right now is taking the pounding.
He's taking a pounding, but he pounds back. He could not see there for a moment and complained of it. Cooper looking for that one hook that can neutralize his whole long string of endless rounds that Kevin Howard has won.
No punches. Step back, Step back.
We have more action boxing coming up next week on Sports World. Frank the Animal Fletcher going against the 2-time Olympian Clint Jackson. That's next week on NBC Sports World.
And that's the kind of action next week that we're looking forward to. It can get, if it's any faster than this, it'll be a blur.
And later on Sports World, a report from the Canadian Grand Prix.
Oh, what a big breath Kevin Howard just took just then. As if to say, what do I have to do to end this thing?
And less than a minute remaining in this 9th round.
This is the spot of danger, out in the middle of the ring. This is where the right hand comes in, not on the ropes.
Left hook landed by Cooper.
Good body shots by Cooper, went him low, but at least he's thinking in the right direction.
Right hand by Howard. So we will head to a 10th and final round, although Johnny Cooper has had his problems the last couple, but he will last it out. We'll go to the 10th round.
You're making it hard for yourself. You got to learn to follow the orders. I told you that 100 times. Get off, get off. Throw that right hand. You hurt him over there and you don't follow it up. Take a deep breath. You got to follow through.
And that is Geraldine Cooper, the wife of Johnny Cooper, as we take a look in the corner of John Cooper.
No.
Great deal of concern etched on her face.
Stay right on, right on, right on. Throw that right hand in his face. Get it. 2 hands.
And we move to the 10th and final round. And John Cooper out of Philadelphia needs a knockout. He has been virtually shut out on our scorecard. It is a blank to this point.
It certainly is. I wish I could fill one in just on courage and give him credit for hanging in there. But that's not the way you score a fight. He's been in trouble almost every round.
Kevin Howard in the blue, coming off the upset win over Bobby Joe Young, who has been considered as the premier welterweight prospect of the country. He was derailed in late March by Howard.
And your mind wanders as to the fights that you'd like to see Kevin Howard in. Any one of those top 4 or 5 welterweights would be at Donnybrook.
Oh, and Cooper put down once again, but very quick to get back to his feet.
The man's a yo-yo. He's got rubber in his bottom. He just, as soon as his bottom hits the canvas, he bounces up.
And there you see time remaining in this 10th and final round. Again, Howard measuring, looking to put Cooper away. Officially, that's the second time that Cooper has been knocked down. He was sent through the ropes. That was not ruled a knockdown. And Cooper going to the ropes again. And that's it. Tony Perez calls the fight. Kevin Howard has stopped Johnny Cooper in round 10. Kevin Howard and Geraldine Cooper, the wife of Johnny Cooper. There's Kevin Howard. Record now of 15-2 with 1 draw. Receives credit for his 8th knockout. He had put Cooper down earlier in the bout. Does it twice in the 10th and final round. And we'll be right back.
Okay, let's go.
I'm sorry.
That's right. Keep walking. Let me get the interview.
All right.
We're going to be looking up at these cameras up there. So, did you see that red light up there? That's who we're going to be talking to. Let's go up to the ropes. Come up to the ropes.
What was the time?
Okay, I'm on
what?
that.
132? Thank you. Yes. Yes. Yeah. All right.
Okay.
Okay.
Then we go from there. And say whatever you want. Don't worry about it. I want you to know.
Marv Albert, Ferdy Pacheco back in Atlantic City, New Jersey, where Kevin Howard has just stopped Johnny Cooper at 132 of round 10. Here's Cooper put to the ropes. The referee, Tony Perez, says that is it. So Kevin Howard, who had the edge throughout, throwing a blank on our scorecard, finally stopping Cooper after 2 previous knockdowns in the 10th and final round. Let's go to the ring. Here's Ferdy.
Kevin, you got to be surprised that this guy, Cooper, could take all those right hands.
Yes, I am surprised he could take the right hands. He took as many as Bobby Joe Young took. But I knew his legs was there and eventually he would be gone. I dropped him about 3 times. I thought the ref was going to stop him then, but they said there's no 3 knockdown rule and the bell can't save it. So I'm glad that I fought him to break that tie that we had, and I'm looking forward to a title.
Okay, let me ask you something. Your eye is all swollen here. What was that?
Well, I got thumb in the eye 2 times, one in my left and one in my right. So I figured that's why the swelling is there. After the thumb, he tagged me a couple times there.
All right, you know, we're trying to get a thumbless glove so that doesn't happen. If it can work good, don't you think the thumbless glove would avoid that kind of
Yes,
stuff?
it would. I'll be glad when they do get it, so when I throw another left hook in somebody's eye, they can't say I thumb them.
Very good. Now listen, you've got about 5, 6 guys in front of you before you get to the title. Who would you like to fight next before you get to that open welterweight title?
Well, it don't make me no difference. I'll be ready. I will look better each time I come on NBC, and you can bet that.
All right. Now, if there was one thing that I'm sure you want to thank someone for this, we're going to give you the opportunity here in a minute to thank him.
I want to thank God and my mother and the people that work with me and all my fans.
That's good. All right, right back to Marv at ringside.
All right, Ferdy, 21-year-old Philadelphian Kevin Howard, who is now 15-2, 8 by knockout. He stopped Johnny Cooper. This is knockdown number 1. Earlier in the bout, he stopped Cooper at 132 of the 10th and final round. We have a report coming up shortly concerning a very rough start at the Canadian Grand Prix. But right now, let's take a look at one of baseball's legendary flamethrowers, Sandy Koufax. He is the subject of our Years Ago Today.
Referee Tony Perez stops this bout at 1 minute and 32 seconds of the 10th round, and a winner by a TKO, Kevin the Spoiler Howard.
I see it, yeah. I have it. You're going to show. You're going to show footage.
We have one more bout, ladies and gentlemen. One more bout.
You want me to read it very quickly? All right, here we go. Ready? At the start of the 1982 Canadian Grand Prix, we see a